What's up, guys? I gotta tell you, this is a best kept secret. 2024 Mercedes Benz GLE450e is finally at the dealerships and available for sale. And what makes it so special? Well, it is a plug-in hybrid. 50 miles almost is the all-electric range. It also can do 0 to 60 in less than 6 seconds. And thanks to Mercedes Benz in Bonita Springs, I'm going to be able to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. So sit back, relax, and enjoy that video. And if for any reason during that time that you're watching you feel the urge to subscribe to my channel, all you have to do is scroll down, hit that little subscribe button, and make sure you give me a like and ring that bell notification bell. Now let's get back to this. Mercedes Benz GLE is the second most popular model from Mercedes Benz. The first one is the smaller SUV GLC, but this started out back in 1998 as an ML, and throughout the years it has been worked on, improved, and now we have this. Now, Mercedes Benz before had a plug-in hybrid. They also had a diesel engine, so they kept on experimenting with the powertrain of this, and I think they finally nailed it for this model year. Now we're going to take a look in detail of what is powering up this SUV, but before we do that, let's take a look at the design and see what we have. GLE, the overall design is a few years old, and I gotta tell you, it's definitely aging very gracefully. Now they've done some tweaks to the front end, to the lights of it. Let's see what we have. So this is a brand new light design inside of it. As you can see, it has a little bit different light signature. It also has the multi-beam LED adaptive lighting right here. If you scroll down, this has an AMG styling, which I really like, and that includes those air curtains on the side, nicely wrapped in this piano black with some of that satin black. Now if you look at the bottom of the bumper right here, you can also see some chrome. That's the luxury part of it, and love this grille. Look at all of these little Mercedes stars, huge Mercedes star, behind which a lot of the safety technology hides. And then you have the front view camera. Mercedes-Benz proudly displayed on the hood, and the hood itself nicely designed with a little raise in the middle and dropping off on the sides. So underneath the hood of this plug-in hybrid, we'll find a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine that by itself produces just about 240 horsepower, but when combined with the electric motor that's sandwiched in between the engine and the torque converter, it produces a total of 381 horsepower and a total of 479 foot-pounds of torque. Now what's interesting about this engine, it's made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and it has an electric range. Now this is the official one, 48 miles, but it has been tested at a lot more, about 50 to 60 miles on all electric, which is great. It also has a lot of horsepower and torque, which means this vehicle is fast. It can propel 0 to 60 in about 5.8 seconds, and I can't wait to test it out on the road at the end of this video. Now the hood is propped up by 2 struts. It does have some sound insulation and a double latch for that extra security. I really like the color of this vehicle. If you like it, they call it Twilight Blue. And I'm not sure if the lighting does it justice, but it's this really nice and deep blue color. This particular vehicle has been upgraded with the 21-inch rims. Normally it comes with 20s. Now let's check out this rim design. Multi-spoke AMG rims. Now the tires 275 by 45, that's the size of it. And we have the Pirelli Scorpion Zero all-season tires. If you look around the wheels, you can see that the cladding is the same color as the rest of the vehicle, and we can't forget about the brakes. Look at the size of these brakes. Now this is a fast vehicle. It's not an AMG, but it's definitely quick. And if you look in the overall shape of it, very nice, classic. Doesn't look any different from the regular GLE. You have the satin chrome around the windows as well as the roof rails. Mirrors are the color of the vehicle at the top with the turn signal that's built inside of it, the camera and the blind spot assist. This vehicle is also equipped with the keyless entry system on all 4 doors, so you don't have to reach out for the key and press any buttons in order to unlock it. What's different than the regular GLE is this right here, and this of course is the charging port, and you can charge it up at home if you wanted to, and it takes about 2 hours to fully charge the battery. But if you're in a hurry and if you have a DC fast charger, you can also charge it there, and it takes on average about 20 to 30 minutes to fully charge this battery. Now, of course, on the other side, you have the regular gas outlet. As we turn around the corner, look at the back of it, you can see the same classic styling as here in the regular GLE, with the only difference here, it says GLE450e, it indicates it's a plug-in hybrid. Right on top, you have the gauge spoiler with the third brake light, and this is a new taillight design as well. You know, they look, on the outside, they look the same, but the interior is what's changed on it. And right here, you take a look at underneath it, I'm not sure if you see it, but the camera is actually hidden right there from the elements, so it's not exposed to it. Scrolling down, you have the regular exhaust. Now those are real or fake? Let me stick my hand in it and see. No, those are fake exhaust. Then you have the tow hitch right here, and a little bit of a chrome trim piece. And if you have the key on you, it's going to look like this. So it's the new generation of the Mercedes key fob, lock, unlock, panic, and the gate opener. So we can hit that and see how much room we have on the inside. Well, this is a 2-row SUV, so it's a 5-seater, 5-passenger, not 7-passenger, as many of the similar size vehicles are. What do we have? Plenty of room. There's no question about it. You can put a lot of suitcases, carry-ons, regular suitcases in here. You have some illumination, cargo covered. The seats fold down, and it is a 60-40 split, or you can just fold down this middle portion right here in case you're going skiing and you need some pass-through just for that. Now, I can't open this, so I believe this is where the battery hides for that hybrid system. So, and this is your charging kit. You also have that first aid kit that was added to this vehicle. And then we have probably some emergency kit over here. Now, this is what we have for cargo. Well, you can't forget about the top of the gate over here. So you have the lock and close, as well you have the additional illumination. Oh, let's take a look and see what we have. So first of all, I like the colors on it. This is the Macchiato beige with black. This is the leather colors on here. You also have the walnut trim, Burmaster stereo, a little bit of storage at the bottom of it, and right here on this scuff plate right here, you have the Mercedes Benz logo. And this is real leather. It is upgraded from the regular MB text that would come standard on this vehicle, and it's about $1,600 option. Now the seats look really nice. They're fairly comfortable, and right in the middle here you have this pass-through that I showed you from the back, but you also have your regular cup holders. It looks like Mercedes went from having these cup holders sticking out from here to the regular design. Might have been too many issues in here. And let's see, so you have vents for your climate control. You also have your climate control controls and the 2 USB Type-C ports, slight bump in the middle. You also have the cargo nets on both driver and passenger seat. Now let me jump inside. Let's see how much room we have. So let's see what we have. I've adjusted this seat to my regular driving position, and as you can see, I have plenty of room for my knees. This is probably the most that I'll have in any of the mid-size SUVs. What I also have is I have plenty of headroom. Even though this vehicle is equipped with the panoramic sunroof, there's no shortage of headroom or shoulder room here, so I feel very comfortable. And of course, let's listen to the sound of the closing door here before we get inside. Boom. Nice, solid thud right here. And then what we have on the interior, similar setup as in the back, but in addition to the controls, we have the seat controls. We also have the ventilated and heated seats, also with the ability to adjust the right-hand side seats, the Burmaster stereo, window mirror lock controls right at the bottom. You can open your gas tank and your gate, and a little bit more storage down here. I have the Mercedes Benz scuff plate right here, and then seats in the front, nicely profiled, but they're super comfortable, aligned with this leather and Macchiato beige with black. That's the color of the interior. And then you have your light control, electronic parking brake. You can turn on your fog lights, as well as you can turn or dim or make it brighter as far as the instrument cluster. You also have the tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and then you can set up your steering wheel heater. Now this interior should look very familiar because I just did the regular Mercedes Benz GLE450 for 2024 model year, and there's really no differences in here. But let's take a quick peek at the design of it. So first of all, right on top of here you have this brown leather. I really like this one. You have this walnut trim. As you can see, this ambient lighting is actually out of this world. You have the vents on the side, as well as 4 vents right here underneath, the infotainment system, as well as a bunch of buttons on here. So this particular one also has the head-up display, which you can see probably very vague here, but you can see that right here. You have the miles per hour, and then it tells you to put the hands on the steering wheel. Now this vehicle is on right now, believe it or not, but it's in electric mode only, and we have, I don't know, it says the charge of it just about 75%, and it says we have 43 miles to empty on all electric driving range. This is exciting. This is what I'm waiting for to take you for a spin at the end of this video. Well, let's take a look what we have. So as far as the steering wheel, if I were to complain about one thing about this vehicle, this actually would be the steering wheel. Now, I know this is the steering wheel, similar or the same as you get in the S-Class, but to me, I like the previous generation better. Now, it has a lot of piano black. It has a lot of buttons on it. Some of the buttons, you don't even touch. It has some feedback on it, but for some people that could be tough to swallow. Now, this portion of the steering wheel on the left hand side controls what's going on in the instrument cluster. On the right hand side, what's going on in the infotainment system. This also has the controls for the cruise control, as well as to adjust the distance between you and the car in front of you with the dynamic cruise control. And you have the back button, the home button, and we're going to see what they do. So let's take a quick peek. Now this is your instrument cluster. This is your traditional way, but you can change it to sport if you like it, and that's what you're going to have, or several other displays like understated, navigation, assistance, even an off-road one. So this is an off-road display, but you get the point, right? So you have also the ability to change multiple settings right inside of here. And let's see. So you have the standard, off-road, eco. This is as far as your head-up display. Let's check this out. This is pretty cool. See how this stuff's changing right here? This is your off-road. That gives you pitch and lean. Standard gives you the speed limit. Sport gives you the tachometer. Minimal. All right, so you can adjust that. A lot of different adjustments that can be done in here. I think my favorite is still the classic display. Gives you whatever you need, right? So on the right-hand side, you have a tachometer, but also you have the power and charge, which is, you won't get that on the regular non-hybrid one. And then you have the speedometer on the left-hand side. Of course, your trip right in the middle. And then we can go through different settings that you have here. So from start, we have 0.6 miles per kilowatt hour, 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour from reset. So eco display, consumption, attention assist, Sirius XM. There's no signal here, but you can also have the FM and AM, of course. You can put the navigation in here if that's what your heart desire. So this is basically our instrument cluster. Let's move on to the infotainment system. Now the infotainment system can be controlled through 3 different ways, basically. A touchscreen, where you actually touch the screen. It can be controlled from the steering wheel. It can be controlled through this trackpad right down here, or it can be controlled through voice by using Hey Mercedes as your keyword. Now, I have turned this off simply because it would be cutting into our conversation, and we don't need the third person here. So back to the home screen, you have your phone settings. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, radio, media, apps, comfort. I always like to look at this. So it has the massage seats. We can set it up to the classic massage, wave massage, hot relaxing back, shoulders, mobilizing massage, activating, workout backrest, workout cushion. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna do the hot relaxing back, and we're gonna turn it on for the driver's side, but leave it off for the passenger side. It actually feels pretty darn good. Well, while this is massaging me, let's take a look and see what other comfort features we have. So you can have the seat kinetics, lumbar, side bolsters, heating settings, so you can adjust all of that if you'd like to. Ambient lighting, how many times would we do that, right? So you have several different colors. Heck, if you have the monochrome, Mercedes says you have 64, and it shows you right here, 64 colors. You know, I'm pretty sure you can find one that you like. And, you know, this is how it changes. So we're sitting right inside. Let's put it to more of a red. Below, there you go. You can also have the multicolor combination, and you can set it up to whatever you like. I think you get that point, right? So let's go back here. And other than comfort, we have the off-road pages. But we've seen that on the regular GLE as well. And that just basically tells you, you know, where you at, what's the angle of steering right here is. And then you have, again, on the other side, that shows you the same thing, pitch and roll, compass. All right, so this is your climb assist. You have the traction control off. You have your under hood camera, which you can turn on. And once you start driving, this is actually going to be transparent, so you can see of what's underneath the vehicle. Another thing that we have here is the hybrid settings, and this is new. You don't find it in the regular GLE. And you have the charging. So right now it's 78% charge, 43 miles, all electric range. Consumption, right now we don't really have anything because it's a brand new vehicle. Energy flow, it's using the battery right now, so the combustion engine is not even on. And here's your vehicle settings. Again, this is your pitch and roll, steering angles. And right now it says that we are in electric mode, which, by the way, I'm going to switch that up just to show you in just a little bit what other modes are available, but there's several of them. Vehicle settings, several different ones: assistance, vehicle light system, info. So you have the driving assistance, and then you can see the eco assist, active steering assist, lane change assist, downhill speed regulation. Vehicle settings, driving comfort, occupant position, open, close, you know, lighting system, interior, headlamps, right here, daytime running lights are on. System settings, you know, hey Mercedes, it's actually turned on, I'm not sure. Oh, now, how can I help? There you go, now she's on. Let's turn it off, and we go back to info and home screen, and this is pretty much what you have. Yeah, we can connect our smartphone, and you know, those are two 12.3-inch screens, in case I didn't mention that before. Down here you have a bar of buttons that you can choose to use for your climate control. This is your temperature control. They feel nice, they look elegant. I think it's the right solution to it. And of course, this is lockable, so if you don't want to see anything underneath here, this nice walnut trim. And underneath here you have the wireless charging, 2 USB Type-C ports, your cup holders with temperature control, so you can cool them or you can heat them depending on what kind of drink you have underneath. This is your trackpad to control what's going on in the infotainment system. That's where you change your driving modes. We'll get back to this. This is your camera. Let's take a quick peek in here. So right now we're in this studio, so it's kind of weird to look it up, but we're in the photo booth, so basically it's all round. But let's see if we can have different angles for the camera. If I put it in reverse, you can see the reverse camera right here, and then the top view camera. Really nice, very nice quality. On the right hand side you can see what we can see, like this one right here is the front view, the side view from the left, the right, and then we have the automatic one. I think you can actually move it around with this animation, and then you have the tow camera in case you're hooking something up. Go back to this trackpad. You have some shortcut buttons in here. Nice palm rest. On this side you have the volume control. You also have the mute button, map, navigation, radio, media, telephone, favorite button. This is your vehicle settings. Basically you can turn these on. This is a really nice shortcut. So you can turn the head-up display on. Electronic stability protection, car wash mode. This is pretty cool because what it does is it folds in the mirrors. Windows are closed, Parktronic off, rain sensors off, and rear wiper off. So when you're going to the through the car wash, you're not going to have to worry about the wipers going on and the sensors beeping and all that stuff. So this is pretty much the interior of it. One more thing. All right, so we have additional storage in here with the USB Type-C ports. I like the grab handles on the side. They also have the ambient lighting around them, which looks pretty nice. And up on top, you'll find the frameless mirror. You have the LED lights. These are your reading lights, dome lights. You have the control for the power moonroof, which is quite large, as you can see. It's a one-touch operation. I can open it up. It's a pretty nice size panel for the roof. There you go. We just tilted it. We can also slide it. So several different ways you can adjust it. And underneath these sun visors, you have mirrors that illuminate once you open these up. And a little sun visors if these are out of the way. This is a very cool feature. I wish more manufacturers were actually doing this. So there you go. See, you have both sun visors. If the sun is hitting you right in the corner, that's a perfect solution for it. Well, this vehicle looks cool, but we've seen other GLEs in the past, but this is going to drive completely different than the non-hybrid one. Well guys, before I put it in gear and we start driving, let's talk a little bit about the pricing, in particular on the 450e 4MATIC, because we already covered that regular GLE. So this one starts at a little bit less than a lot of people were speculating that it will. So most people said, hey, it's going to start between 70 and 80. Mercedes actually just got it right under $70,000, $69,500 before the destination charge. But don't be fooled by that, because like with anything Mercedes, you can really option it out. This particular one has tons of options. It's a Pinnacle Trim. It does have the AMG exterior. It does have the upgraded wheels, driver assistance package, leather interior, tons of stuff that are on this vehicle, which I'm going to list in the description of this video. Total MSRP on this particular one, $88,260, which is quite frankly still not bad. Another thing to talk about is the miles per gallon. We already said that it's right here on the sticker. It says the driving range 48 miles, electric only driving range, 24 miles per gallon if you only use the gasoline engine. And I gotta tell you, this is a perfect solution for somebody who doesn't want to have that empty battery anxiety and want to take that cross-country trip in style and comfort. And as far as the pricing, we're going to talk about a little bit more on that once we start driving, because there's some other competitors which I think makes this more desirable. It's really easy to fall in love with Mercedes Benz GLE. It's such a great vehicle. It does have this classic design. It's comfortable, it's quiet, it's easy to look at, and it does have the performance, it does have the economy, especially in this case right here of it being a plug-in hybrid. Now it also has a very tight turning radius, which I'm going to check out for you right here in this parking lot. So we're pulling up to one of the parking spots right here, and I'll turn the steering wheel all the way to the left, and I'm going to count the parking spots. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're just over 4 parking spaces as far as the full circle, which is great for this size of a vehicle. Now it's about 195 inches long, which is an average size for an SUV, mid-size SUV. Now most of the non-luxury mid-size SUVs with this size will give you the third row seats, not available on the GLE, but that might not be a very bad thing either. Well, I have this vehicle in electric mode only, and that's where I started off. It's very quiet. Of course, you can't hear the combustion engine because it's not on. And I heard that if I accelerate normally with this vehicle, it will not get out of the electric mode. But if it senses that I'm in trouble and it needs to accelerate, suddenly it will turn on the gasoline engine. So we're going to check that out while merging in traffic. We're going to try to do it easy, and then I'm going to do the acceleration test after that. All right, so easy acceleration here, still in all electric mode. Very nice. Now the electric motor only has about 100 35 horsepower or so. But it's not really the horsepower that drives this vehicle. It has almost or over 300 foot-pounds of torque just from the electric motor alone. So no wonder it drives great. It's nice, it's quiet, drives like a regular GLE. Well, let's see if I hit that suddenly and the vehicle, see if the combustion engine will turn on. There you go. Now I could hear the combustion engine turn on and it gives me that boost of power, but it's not jerky. The transmission is not looking for the gear. It's very nice, smooth acceleration, and it's very quiet even with the gasoline engine on. I'd like to do like a full test drive from full battery to fully empty battery and see what the total range is. And I know some of the guys did it at about 60 miles, which is huge. Now there's competition, of course. Even in the segment, you have the BMW X5 plug-in hybrid that gets up to 40 miles of electric range, so it's already less. Then you have the Volvo, which is under 40 miles, the XC90. Then you have the, well, what wants to be a luxury brand, but not quite there yet as far as the Jeep with their plug-in hybrid Grand Cherokees, and they get about 26 miles per gallon, so a lot less than this, and they really don't cost any less money. So I think that's a great value, starting at $70,000, $69,500 for the Mercedes Benz. Yeah, you can load it up just like this one to be at almost 90, but I think at low 80s you can have a very nicely equipped vehicle that's gonna give you that gas mileage as well. Now what's interesting, the final assembly point is in Vance, Alabama. That's where most of the GLEs are made. So I'm curious if this vehicle would qualify for that federal tax credit for buying a plug-in hybrid or electric vehicle. If I check it out and if the dealership lets me know, I will put it in the description of this video so you'll know. So I'm going to switch it on to the sport mode, so we're going to check it out. But before that, let's do it in the hybrid mode. And acceleration. Wow. This does not feel like a turbocharged engine. It really doesn't. It feels very linear. It feels very smooth. Oh, wow. And then, of course, I'm going to put it in the sport mode in hopes of finding an open stretch of road to get it up to 60, and even I don't have any way of measuring it. I'll tell you how it feels. Well, we're stopped right here, 0 miles per hour. Let's hit it. Whoa! There's the power right away. There's no waiting for it, and we're at 60 miles an hour, which is amazing for a vehicle that combines the performance, the economy of it. Has Mercedes done a perfect SUV? If not, that's pretty darn close. Guys, I love this. I love the way it feels. I love the way it looks. I love the way it drives. So, I mean, go to your local Mercedes dealership. If you're anywhere in Florida, definitely check out the guys at Mercedes Benz of Bonita Springs. This particular one is for sale at the time of this filming. The MSRP on it, just over $88,000, but it's loaded with goodies. And if you don't know what they are, check out the description below. I'm going to list everything right there. I think plug-in hybrids are the way to go as far as the gas savings and complying with the stricter environmental rules. If you're not ready for electric vehicle, which a lot of us are not, including myself, I think this gives you that perfect balance. So if you run out of range, you just don't stop. You don't have to wait hours to charge it. The gasoline engine just kicks in and you keep on driving, and if that runs out, you go to the regular gas station and fill it up. But if you don't do a lot of driving, maybe you're 20 miles away from work, you can only plug it in at night and get this almost 50 miles, and this is what the government says, 50 miles. I think it's more than that of electric only driving range. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you learn one thing, well, that means I've done my job. So show me some love, hit that subscribe button, make sure you like this video, and ring that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content coming out. And until then, I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.